Finance Minister and Central Bank Governor urge immediate removal of barriers to intra-Africa trade. Total inflows into Nigerian autonomous foreign exchange market, NAFEM, sink to a 5-month low amid rebound in foreign direct investment, says CBN. Banks others borrowing from CBN hit all-time high of at 16.5 trillion naira. Nigeria needs $47.6 billion annually till 2030 to accelerate economic transformation, says AFDB. Plus, oil hovers at 8-month lows as U.S. recession fears offset Middle East tensions. Japan stocks plunge as much as 7%, hovering near bear market territory as Asia shares extend sell-off. The program is Business Express, reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. I am Musa Abubakar, your guide. Now let's bring you up to speed with business development. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, and the Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Olayemi Kadoso, and other members of the African Caucus have urged immediate removal of barriers to intra-Africa trade. This from the Central Bank position has contained in a communique issued at the end of the caucus meeting, which held between August 1st to 3rd in Abuja. According to the communique, the meeting recognized the importance of intra-Africa trade in unlocking production, investments, and jobs in Africa. It also took cognizance of the fact that African countries continue to trade with the rest of the world more than among themselves. The meeting agreed that addressing both tariff and non-tariff barriers to intra-Africa trade, including fragmented payment ecosystems, poor energy access, lack of infrastructure, inconsistent regulatory frameworks, and divergent cross-border procedures was critical to bolstering Africa's share of global trade and stimulating sustainable and inclusive growth in the continent. Africa Caucus is the body of African ministers of finance and central bank governors of the region under the auspices of the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, IMF. Data from FMDQ reveals that total inflows into the Nigerian autonomous foreign exchange market, NAFEM, declined to a 5-month low of $1.92 billion in July, representing a 4.4% month-on-month decrease from the $2.01 billion recorded in June. This drop was largely due to a significant reduction in foreign inflows, which fell by 51.4% month-on-month to $243.30 million from $500.20 million in June. The decrease in foreign inflows was driven by weaker foreign portfolio investments, which declined by 58.8%, and other corporate inflows, which dropped by 32.1%, despite a substantial rebound in foreign direct investments. As the Central Bank of Nigeria continued to tighten its monetary policies, Nigerian banks and merchant banks borrowing from the Apex Bank increased significantly to 16.5 trillion naira in July 2024, a new high. According to the financial data of CBN, the reported 16.5 trillion naira is second highest after 21.74 trillion naira in March 2024. The 21.74 trillion naira is the highest since the Monetary Policy Committee of the CBN in March 2024 raised its monetary policy rate from 22.25% to 24.75%, adjust the asymmetric corridor to minus or plus 100 minus 300 basis points around the MPR, and adjust the cash reserve ratio for merchant banks from 10% to 14%. President Bola Tinubu has called on protesting youths in the country to suspend any further protests and create room for dialogue. State House correspondent Adini Tayo reports that addressing the protests in a special broadcast to Nigerians, the president says rather than shut out the oxygen of economic recovery, that the policies of his administration are already injecting citizens. Most look past their fears and embrace hope.
And the organizers to suspend any further protest and create room for dialogue, which I have always acceded to at the slightest opportunity. Notably, the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway and Sokoto-Badagry Highway projects will open up 16 connecting states, creating thousands of jobs and boosting economic output through trade, tourism, and cultural integration. Our once declining oil and gas industry is experiencing a resurgence on the back of the reforms I announced in May 2024 to address the gaps in the Petroleum Industry Act. Last month, we increased our oil production to 1.61 million barrels per day, and our gas assets are receiving the attention they deserve. Investors are coming back, and we have already seen 2 foreign direct investments signed over $500 million since then. We have secured $620 million under the Digital and Creative Enterprises, IDICE, a program to empower our young people, creating millions of IT and technical jobs that will make them globally competitive. This program, including the 3 million technical talents scheme, unfortunately, one of digital centers was vandalized during the protests in Kano. Dear Nigerians, especially our youths, I have heard you loud and clear. I understand the pain and the frustration that drive this protest, and I want to assure you that our government is committed to listening and addressing the concerns of our citizens. But we must not.
Now moving on, for a summary of how stocks fared last week, here is Olayinka Ojo.
The NGX All-Share Index and market capitalization depreciated by 0.46% to close last week at 97,745.73 basis points and 55.497 trillion naira. A total turnover of 3.393 billion shares worth 52.304 billion naira in 44,814 deals were traded last week by investors on the floor of the exchange. The financial services industry led the activity chart with 2.875 billion shares valued at 35.995 billion naira in 23,791 deals. The oil and gas industry followed with 141.927 million shares worth 6.698 billion naira in 4,476 deals, while the third place was the consumer goods industry with a turnover of 97.306 million shares worth 4.047 billion naira in 4,179 deals. Trading in the top three equities were Fidelity Bank plc, United Bank for Africa plc and Zenith Bank plc. A total of 21,051 units of exchange-traded products valued at 2.202 million naira were traded in 97 deals. For bonds, a total of 63,807 units valued at 61.528 million naira were traded in 37 deals. On summary of price changes, 40 equities appreciated in price during the week, 40 equities depreciated in price, while 71 equities remained unchanged. Olayinka Ojo for Business Express.
And now we head to global stock market where Nikkei down 13%. European shares near 6 months lows as fears of a U.S. recession sent investors fleeing from risk. It seems like a bear market at the beginning of the week after a disappointing jobs data in the U.S. Bosede Abel Mosun has the numbers. Let's have it, Bosede.
Thank you very much. Hello and welcome to the market review. Markets are plunging this Monday due to various factors. The lower start for major European markets came amid wider global volatility. European stocks fell sharply at the start of the new trading week amid concerns of a looming U.S. recession. And now on the Asia market, the benchmark indices fell more than 20% from their all-time highs on July 11th, with Japan's stock market recording worst losses since 1987. And next is the U.S. market. U.S. stock futures sharply fell on Monday as part of a global market sell-off centered around U.S. recession fears. We can see all the numbers are in red. And on the African sea markets are not left out of the trend as the bear dominated, aside Tunisia's Tunidex, which is marginally positive. That's the global market review. I am Bosede Ebo Amosu. Back to you, Musa.
Well, thank you, Bosede. Well, before we call it a day, let's look at the situation of businesses in Abuja amid protests. Most of the usually bustling banks in Abuja metropolis did not open for business today, and our reporter went round, and she's reporting that the closure is a direct response to the ongoing protests across the nation. Let's take a look.
A visit to several banks revealed closed doors, barricaded entrances, and security officers standing guard, refusing to let customers in. A banker who spoke off camera revealed that the decision to shut down operations was a precautionary measure aimed at ensuring the safety of staff and customers until normalcy returns.
Their staffs are not available, it's only the security men that are here, so there's nobody to attend to customers inside.
The banks are not really working. I've been here for like 30 minutes trying to see if I can do the transfer because I needed this money very, very urgent to do something important. But they said they are not working. What can we do?
This is the transaction I've been praying for since, and now it's here. Just for me to do a transfer, I'm not able to. It's very frustrating.
The banking shutdown has added to the growing list of disruptions caused by the protest, although normalcy is gradually returning to businesses.
Well, that's it. Business Express returns on Tuesday by 9:30 a.m. I'm Musa Abubakar. Thanks for watching.